You are tuned into a special Player Spotlight interview on the CS Podcast.
Welcome to another episode of the CS Podcast presented by the NUC NFL Draft Bible, bringing you the names that you need to know first since 2002. Visit NFLDraftBible.com. Fresh from Indianapolis, covering the NFL Combine, and we are already right back at it with the Player Spotlight interviews. And joining the show now for a Player Spotlight interview is 2016 NFL Draft prospect Don Carter, the outside linebacker out of New Mexico Highlands University, formerly of North Dakota State University. And Don, we appreciate you taking some time this morning to jump on the show. You've been very busy since your last college football game, which was in the middle of November. And since then, you've played in the FCS Bowl. You've been training for the Phoenix Regional Combine, which was just a couple of weeks ago, and your pro day is right around the corner. It's a little over a week away, March 10th. Let's start with the FCS Bowl, Don. Talk about what that experience was like to play with some of the top small school talent in the country, down in Miami, Florida, of course.
Well, Chris, first off, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you having me on the show this morning. But the competition down there was fun, man. I really had a good time playing that All-Star game. I got to meet a lot of cool people. I got to see some old friends that I haven't seen in a couple of years. So I mean, it was real fun. It was a real cool experience, especially being down in Miami, Florida. So that was my first time being there. So it was definitely a fun environment for me to be in, and I definitely had a good time.
And, in the game, you had a big impact as well. You were able to record 6 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks, and a forced fumble. I think you did what every player intends to do when they play in an all-star game, and that's to have an impact and to stand out. How were you able to have that big of an impact on the game, and did you know that? I mean, did you know that type of performance was coming? Were you doing similar things throughout the week in practice?
Throughout the week in practice, I was just really trying to focus on understanding the defense. You know what I mean? I just got done learning a new defense from a new head coach here at New Mexico Highlands this past season, my senior season. So coming to the All-Star game, I really just want to focus on learning the new defense that the coaches at the All-Star game wanted me to play, and just know the fundamentals, just knowing what my D linemen do, knowing what my safeties are doing behind me. So that was my main focus. Honestly, I believe I have the athletic ability to play at the next level, so I wasn't too worried about that. I just mentally wanted to be prepared for the All-Star game.
What was some of the feedback that you got throughout that week down there in Miami? I mean, whether it was from any of the coaches or by any chance were you able to speak with any scouts, what were some of the feedback that you were getting as you were really generating a great week of practice and then a great game itself?
Some of the feedback, I talked to a couple of scouts down there. Like I said earlier, a lot of people, they like my athletic ability. I believe that I have the size and the speed to play at the next level. So, I mean, pretty much just staying focused on the goal ahead, on the task ahead of me. You know what I mean? Just continue to play football.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, just a couple of weeks ago, Don, you drove 6 hours down to Arizona to participate in one of the NFL regional combines. You came in at 6'1", 245, and you were able to run a 4.8 40-yard dash. You had the best vertical jump of 38 inches. You recorded a 10.7 broad jump. Were these the numbers that you expected to put up? Did you expect better of yourself, or were you surprised by any of the numbers that you put up? I mean, how do you feel about your overall performance at the Arizona Regional Combine?
Coming to the regional, I've been working hard with my strength coach here at New Mexico Highlands, Coach Ron Thompson, and his staff, so they've been getting me right. And we kind of already had a list. We already had a goal sheet before heading in there. For the broad jump and vertical, I expected those numbers. That's what I was consistently hitting throughout the week. For the 40, I was expecting a little bit faster. I was a little nervous, a little tense up there, for my first time just showcasing myself at a combine. So that's just what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a faster 40 for my pro day. But the rest of the numbers, they were numbers I was expecting to hit, and I'm glad that I hit them.
And did I hear you say that you're training for the regional combine? You're currently training for your pro day there at school, New Mexico Highlands?
Yes, I am. I'm training with my strength coach. I think he's one of the best strength coaches in the country. He knows a lot of people. He's been all over the place. Coach Ron Thompson, that's a good guy. I feel like he's really put me in a position to better myself as an athlete and get me ready for the next step, for the next level.
And where will that March 10th Pro Day be at? Will it be there at New Mexico Highlands University? Will you be going to a different Pro Day? And do you intend to participate in all the drills?
The Pro Day will be at New Mexico Highlands University. We are hosting our own Pro Day. I intend to do all the drills. You know what I mean? I'm just a natural competitor, so I set the bar. So I want to continue to beat the bar. You know what I mean? To beat my goals I already set. So yeah, I'm just gonna compete in everything, and hopefully I'm gonna get better numbers. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna try my hardest out there and have fun with a smile on my face.
Yeah, awesome, especially as a smaller school guy. I mean, any opportunity you could to kind of showcase yourself, showcase your skills in front of, professional football scouts, just take any opportunity that comes your way. And that sounds like the mindset that you kind of have as you're going through this process now. Now, whether it was at the FCS Bowl or at the NFL Regional Combine a couple of weeks ago, Don, what was one thing that you had in your mind heading into either one of those events that you really wanted to show the scouts that were in attendance? I mean, was there any questions a part of your game that you wanted to answer?
I wanted to answer my size, my weight, and just my athletic ability, like during position drills. At the FCS Bowl, I came in a little bit lighter. It was right after the season, long season. So I just wanted to make sure and show the scouts that, I can get my size up. I can be a NFL caliber size linebacker, and I can move at that level. You know what I mean? I can move with that size, that amount of weight on me. So that was really pretty much my goal.
Again, he's the 2016 NFL Draft prospect, Don Carter, the outside linebacker of New Mexico Highlands University, joining me here on the CS podcast presented by the NUC NFL Draft Bible, bringing you the names that you need to know first since 2002. Visit NFLDraftBible.com. Follow on Twitter at NFL Draft Bible. And, Don, before you were at New Mexico Highlands, you spent 2 years at North Dakota State University. You were a part of the 2011 National Championship winning team before you were then dismissed. Can you just talk about your experience there at NDSU, obviously one of the top or the top program in the FCS?
My experience at NDSU was fun. I got to meet a lot of great people. I still have a lot of good connections and good friends from up there. I loved it out there. There's a special place in my heart for North Dakota State. It's a special place up there. You know what I mean? It's something special. It's something that I haven't seen yet in any other city, any other state across this country. But, yeah, my experience up there was fun. Sometimes I say it was a little too much fun. I was immature. I didn't have my head on right. And I just wasn't focused. I wasn't focused on the right goals. So, unfortunately, it didn't turn out how I wanted it to be, but everything happens for a reason, and hopefully this is a blessing in disguise, and I will just keep working hard to get to my goal to be an NFL football player.
And once your time at NDSU came to an end, Don, you sat out of football for 2 years. I got to ask, did you ever think that your playing days were over during those 2 years you were away from the game?
Man, yeah, for sure, definitely. There's definitely days, even weeks I thought, like, man, I might not be playing football ever again, you know what I mean? But at those times, I think I needed those. I needed those times to actually sit down and question, like, is this what I really want to do? Like, if football is something that I want to do, I have to attack in 110%. So I appreciate those times that I had to go through because it made me focus and reevaluate my goals in my life and just where I need to head. So.
And can you talk about how exactly this opportunity, I mean, how did you land at New Mexico Highlands University? How did this second chance come up to play football and to continue that college education?
No, well, I was looking for a D2 school to play football, and New Mexico Highlands got in contact with me. In the past, New Mexico Highlands has been known to accept Division I bounce backs. So it seemed like a smart fit with a lot of players from the Pac-12 or the Mountain West. So that's pretty much how that went, and they gave me an opportunity to play right away. They gave me freedom to play linebacker position and play different positions on the defense. So I definitely appreciate that opportunity.
Yeah, like you said, you got there. You're able to play right away. Over the last 2 years at New Mexico Highlands, Don, you recorded 155 tackles, 15 tackles for loss, 7 sacks, and 13 pass breakups. You've been able to show your versatility as well, being able to play both outside linebacker and safety, which leads me to my next question. What exactly would you say is your biggest strength as a football player overall, and what is one thing that you feel that you need to work on?
I think my biggest strength is my running ability. I feel like I have lateral speed. I can get across the field. I can get sideline to sideline, and I can even cover in space. I can even play in space, tackle in space. I think I see myself as an outside linebacker in a 4-3 type defense. And a couple things I think I need to work on is just like the mental part of the game. You know what I mean? Staying focused on the playbook, staying focused on the plays, understanding what my other positions are doing, like my 3 technique would be doing, or my defensive end is going to be doing in front of me, or even the corner, you know what I mean, when it comes to pass coverage. That's where I really want to focus on and get better at to up my game.
Again, he's Don Carter, the outside linebacker out of New Mexico State Highlands University, joining me here on the CS podcast presented by the NUC NFL Draft Bible as he gets set for the 2016 NFL Draft. And I guess, Don, let's just start right there. As you get set for the 2016 NFL Draft, when did you sit down and decide that you're going to give the NFL a shot? Again, I say this, in almost every interview. I got to think it's always a dream for most football players, especially when you get an opportunity to play at the college level, to get another shot at the professional level. But obviously, it doesn't work out for everybody. When did you decide that you were going to give this thing a shot?
Well, I'm the type of guy about priorities, taking one step at a time. So throughout the season, my senior season, I was just focused on, just getting wins, just making sure I could understand the playbook and just learn about my team. I think it wasn't until after the season when I started talking to more reporters or even to the people at the FCS Bowl when I was thinking about preparing for the next level. I always had the dream and I always had the passion to play at the next level, but I guess I can say it wasn't until after my senior season when I actually put the focus and the mindset into it.
And looking back 5-10 years from now, whether it was when you were over at NDSU or, just these last 2 years at New Mexico Highlands, Don, what will be that first play that pops into mind? What would you say is the most memorable play that you've made or that you've been a part of over the last 4 years of your college playing career?
The most memorable play? That's a good question, Chris. I don't really have one, to be honest. I really don't. There's a lot of plays that I can look back on. My first kickoff against Kansas with North Dakota State. That was a fun time. That was my first collegiate play. Even plays that I've had at New Mexico Highlands where we're stopping Black Hill State on 4th and 1. We stopped them on 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, and 4th and 1. Different plays like that. It's not just one particular play that intrigues me about the sport. I just love the whole camaraderie about it, the whole brotherhood about the sport. So I can't just give you one answer to that, one play.
Hey, you know what? I'll say this. That's a great answer. I'll say that. That's definitely a great answer. Great to hear. And Don, we're going to end this interview with something that I like to call the 2-minute drill. I end every interview with the 2-minute drill. Some of these questions will be football related, and some will be random questions, just about anything. You ready to knock some of these out?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right. We'll start off with something pretty easy. I'll start off pretty lightly on you, Don. What would you say is your favorite TV show and movie?
TV show, South Park. My favorite movie. Let's go with Step Brothers.
Okay. Oh man, hey, Two great choices right there. I'll tell you what, it seemed as if South Park was kind of dying down, but we finally get a South Park answer in there. I absolutely love it. Step Brothers, hey, you know what? Step Brothers is one of my favorite movies as well. I actually ranked that number 2 on my all-time list, believe it or not.
Okay.
Just behind Napoleon Dynamite, and everybody gives me a hard time about it, but hey, you know
That's
what?
a good one too.
But great choices right there. South Park and Step Brothers cannot go wrong. Next question. We talked a little bit about your versatility. You've proven that you're able to play outside linebacker. You've proven that you've even been able to play safety. Who would you say you model your game after?
Oh man, I like Levante David for the Buccaneers. I like their little 4-3 scheme that they have going down there. So I like him. I like how elusive he is, how quick he is, how fast, and he's even powerful within the run. So I think I model my game after him.
And you know what? That's a good one because Levante David, he's a guy that doesn't really get talked about too much, but there's no doubt that he's one of the top linebackers in the NFL, and I absolutely think he should get more publicity or notoriety for it, but obviously he could probably care less about that. But, yeah, Levante David, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, good choice. Let's say you had a round-trip plane ticket to travel anywhere you wanted. Where are you headed?
Where am I headed? I'm going somewhere foreign, somewhere in you can go to Italy, France, Germany. It might be one of those things. I might spin a globe and just put my finger down on it. So it's something like that. I'm a pretty adventurous guy. I like to travel. So I mean, man, I'm from Maryland and I'm all the way out here in New Mexico. So I enjoy just seeing different sceneries, different cities, different states, countries. So it really does not matter to me.
All right, put your finger on a globe and spin it. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's say you could, this is one of my favorite questions to ask. Let's say you could hit one player currently playing in the NFL. It could be a quarterback. It could be a running back. It could be a receiver. It could be a tight end. It could be any position. Who's that one player you're laying a hit on?
Oh, Cam Newton. I'm intrigued by Cam Newton because he's big, he's fast, like he's a real athlete. You know what I mean? And seeing him play this past season, it's interesting. You know what I mean? Like I'm interested to put myself in that situation just to see what happens. So I will go with Cam Newton, and plus I like a challenge. He's got about 4 inches on me, so we can see what happens.
Hey, one of the tougher quarterbacks to bring down, I think, Cam Newton, Ben Roethlisberger, certainly up there on the top of the list. Finish the sentence if you could, Don. If it wasn't for football.
If it wasn't for football, I wouldn't have I wouldn't have as close of a brotherhood that I would have some of my friends. Football has really pieced me with some really great people. It's pieced me with some great connections, and I appreciate that. I'm an only child, so I just grew up with me and my mom, and I see this sport as like a real brotherhood. I can honestly say that I have some real genuine brothers from North Dakota State University and even from New Mexico Highlands University. So.
All right, and hopefully that brotherhood will carry on to the next level here in just a few months. And final question for you. Let's say we got all 32 NFL general managers lined up and listening to this very interview. Why should they want the outside linebacker out of Division II's New Mexico Highlands University, Don Carter, a part of their squad?
No, because I'm a workhorse. I'm a gym rat. I like this. I love the film room. I'm going to work for you. I'm going to give you 110%. There's a point in my time where I didn't have this sport for 2 years. And that really hurt. That hurt me a lot. And I made a decision that if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this 100%. So that's what I would tell. I'm going to work for you. I'm going to do whatever I got to do for the program, for the franchise, for whatever, for the coaches. So that's what I would say.
And since your collegiate career has officially been over, it certainly looks like you've been putting in that work. Don, congratulations on all the success. Congratulations on a great showing at the FCS Bowl and obviously the success that you had down in Phoenix at the NFL Regional Combine. And we're certainly wishing you all the best as you continue to get set for the 2016 NFL Draft. Best of luck at your pro day coming up March 10th, man.
All right. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it.